5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
I heard a click.
You did?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Go check. I didn't.
Smooches, baby. Smooches, baby. I need you. Smooches, baby. Smooches, baby. I need you. Smooches, baby. Smooches.
Welcome back to the Tea Time Show. It has been a long time, but we're finally getting it together. And I'm Kalima.
I'm Yasmin.
I'm Candace. And I'm your mother's best friend. I'm Alexandria. I had to do something different. I don't know why. I was going to do something like they do on the read.
The read?
Yeah. Like someone else.
I'm Lupita.
I was really going to do that, but Fury had already done that, and I was like, man, I need to come with somebody fast.
I'm going to say I'm Janet because I'm serving. Let me tell you what I'm serving. I'm Reverend Rope. I get so long.
Yes.
And if you do that better work.
That's what I was thinking as soon as you took your coat off.
Right, I was giving you something.
Yes.
Oh, girl, my buttons went down too far.
You popped them.
No, listen.
Besides Kalima's breasts, we're going to talk about Scandal. There's been 2 episodes of Scandal since we've seen them.
3. Yeah.
3? Oh, so we haven't been back since the hiatus is over.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's been forever. I'm so sorry we neglected you. Let's just talk about where we are right now on Scandal.
I didn't watch this episode twice. So you guys go first and then I'll chime in.
Oh, I didn't watch it twice.
Me either, but I do
forgot.
have strong feelings, I think. One, I feel like B613 is finally going to go away.
You think so?
Yes. I think that after the season's over, we're not going to hear about it as much. Because, honestly, Jake don't even really want to be in it anyway. And then Rowan's getting ready. I mean, Joe Morton's casting another show, so...
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy for him. I just want to say about this episode, it was really sad, but I was glad that, and I kind of had an inkling that because Dan Bucatinsky, who plays James on Scandal, has jobs writing, producing, directing, and acting in Shondaland, it wouldn't be fair for them to take away Josh's one job as opposed to James.
And so both Josh and Dan were nervous while shooting 313. And so the writers didn't even know where they were going. So they were racking their brains.
They never
they're racking their brains.
I just know you can't fire Josh Molina.
Right. And so but they made it logical, I guess, because they really were trying to figure out a way to keep both some kind of way or whatever. And so they said the only way to keep it true to the story was to kill James. So Dan said in the interview that he was riding in his car when Shonda called, and he had to pull over, and he got real emotional about it. And then they sent him the script. They sent him the script in advance to read it so he would know what happens and everything. And then at the table read, everyone was crying and they didn't know what to do. How do you end that episode, that table read?
Yeah, that's cool.
I was over him and his character.
Yeah, so you know what? Thank you, Brother James. I'm making
And what did he think about when Cyrus was supposed to kill him in the first place? I wonder if he'd been planning to die because like you said, the writers never know where they're gonna go. So it's weird too.
James never knew that. Did he know?
He didn't know Cyrus was going to kill him.
If he read the script, he did.
You're talking about...
No, Dan,
the actor.
Dan Bucatinsky has to read the script.
Honestly, he was a background person. I didn't care that he was
He was working all my nerves anyway, because he was so annoying. Alone.
Oh
just leave it alone. You know who you married. Leave it alone.
He annoyed me to no end.
But it does make sense in the story, and I'm glad that the writers went that way, because I'm really intrigued to see how Cyrus is going to handle...
I don't care.
That ugly cry, y'all.
He was like the hairless monster from Monsters Inc. when he cried.
I was so uncomfortable. I couldn't do
That
it.
face, I was dying laughing.
I loved it.
Oh,
I mean, the only thing I want to see come from this is I want Olivia to get custody of her god baby for like 2 weeks and just see how disastrous that is. Because she acted like she wasn't even like worried about the responsibility of a godparent. She wasn't like, oh damn, they might send this baby my way. I don't know what's gonna happen. She was just like, let's fix this. I was like, you act like you didn't come to the christening and accept this as your godchild.
Well, season 1, Olivia wouldn't know what to do with the child.
Right. Yeah.
Remember how she had that baby out?
Yeah, she was
But
like,
now Olivia's pregnant.
now Olivia's pregnant.
Being pregnant changes a lot of things.
Yeah. Well,
She felt a little compassion. I still don't know that.
She's so motherly now. All of a sudden, like
Right.
she's crying all the time.
Right.
She's super emotional. So maybe her being a godmother won't be a bad idea.
And also shout out, because I love them, the Popes, Mama Pope and Papa
yes.
Pope. Mama Pope had all of 2 lines, and she was
Bonnie
like,
and
she was
Clyde.
like,
What did you say? She was like, oh.
I don't make bombs.
I make
Oh, yes.
But did they really give Columbus Short the line? What was the line? It was so ridiculous, I can't even remember it. He had a line, it was the most ridiculous.
I remember him showing up in the parking lot. That's all I remember.
Yeah, that's the most ridiculous line. I can't remember. If you remember, put it in the comments below. It was just the most dreadful line, and I tweeted, I was like, they can't be serious.
I liked how Mama Pope, they were like, so what's the next step? And she's like, oh, next we just have to find a terrorist. Like, just, it was no big deal.
You find one on the street, on the corner of 42nd and 3rd. I'm like, really? How do you do that?
I like that Adnan and the mom are a thing because even up to the finale's description, they're doing stuff together. I like that. That's another.
But Adnan is scared. That's why she went to the to Harrison.
She better go to church.
Then it was like, hey.
You know what's so funny? I looked at Candy Alexander, whatever you say her name. Yeah, she actually, that's the best choice for a mother. I mean, I'm not really selling. She's not selling me on her acting.
Yeah,
but she do look like Olivia. I was looking at some still pictures. It's like, oh my gosh,
They don't even have to look alike. The reason I wasn't excited about Candy Alexander playing Maya Pope at first was because I wasn't picturing Olivia's mother to be a gangster terrorist, mob pimp. Like, she's Mama D, and I'm here for it.
In that order.
Yes. So she's playing it well, but I was picturing Olivia's mother to be motherly, not a terrorist.
like Felicia Rashad.
No,
yeah.
Claire Huxtable.
Yeah, if they would have made Felicia Rashad do it.
Eat her wrist. I couldn't.
I was like, this is why, and honestly, at first I was like, oh, it's because she's directing a play in New Jersey, she can't do it right now.
Right.
But now I see it's because, obviously because she was eating her, because if you tell me that she just completely wasn't in the running, I won't believe you.
Yeah.
I just won't.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been fitting. She was perfect, and Rowan is perfect as her father.
Yeah.
This episode was really good though.
it was.
Really
The past 2 episodes actually, like,
the first episode of the season, the one from the long hiatus, and this episode. These are the best episodes of the season.
Yeah.
I love Melly and Andrew.
Oh my gosh!
but look this, wait, before we go into that, no, they have chemistry when they talk.
Yes.
When they, consummate.
He doesn't know how to kiss.
It wasn't
I
fair.
feel like
aggressive.
I got it though. I got it.
I like seeing Melly with somebody that actually likes her and wants to breathe the same air. So at the very least.
He worships her.
Cute.
Yeah.
Every other one she's so adorable.
When
Bethany
she's
is
not
so
pitiful.
adorable.
I
She
love
did
her.
that little giggle. She's like,
She's got that southern thing, and even when she's toting that gun, I was like, yes, you better work your.
But my thing about it though, like when that scene, it reminded me of when Abby and David were leaving Abby was leaving the office and David was bumming around, and he was like, it was in season 2.
Yeah.
And then, like, next thing you know, they're on the desk, like, having sex. Like, how he pounced on her, it reminded me of that. And I was just like, that wasn't attractive then, and so this isn't attractive to me. I get it, though. I still ship you.
Yeah,
but
Abby having sex is not my thing.
Quinn kissing was not my thing.
Oh my god!
But that was the only part of the episode that shocked me. That was the only. That was the only time I grabbed my
I was ready.
And it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I was watching. I was like, oh my god. I was grossed out. But I don't know why this is really weird, but I ship them. And I think it's because of the actors.
Yes, they have a good thing together, and it's cute. But it's nasty how she licked her spit off his face, basically. I couldn't see past it.
Yeah.
But it was a very sexy scene, though, because he was holding her arms up. Girl, you get to...
Yeah,
I was surprised with Melly and Andrew. I didn't really think they would have, like, went down with it. I didn't think they. I, thought
I
she
was
like,
surprised
socket.
too, but they were so. It looked like
It looked very mechanical. Like it was like
They
you
need
put
to-
your hand here and you just go with it. And
Honestly,
they didn't know how to go with
they
it.
need to spend a little bit more time in
With-
bed. I know that sounds weird. I'm just saying.
No, they
You
need to take pointers from Carrie and Tony. That's what they need to do.
We didn't go there, so
But I could say this, that the chemistry was palpable with Huck and Quinn,
Yeah.
as opposed to what is it, Melly and Andrew.
I thought it was me.
I thought it was. I thought
I
their
like
chemistry
Andrew.
was very good. I think Bellamy's the type of actress who she just has chemistry with everyone because she's got that face that's like just welcoming.
Door
So
Next Girl.
yeah, door next girl, girl next door.
door.
Yeah, she's got that. So she can just work well with anyone. But their kissing scene is terrible.
Yeah,
it made me
was.
uncomfortable.
Even the first kissing scene was really uncomfortable.
they kiss like they don't have teeth. It's
Like I was looking.
so weird.
I had to cover my face. Like I was like, what is
That's
that?
not cute at all.
And my mom was telling me to close my eyes.
Yeah, and I was really rooting for them because
I didn't even remember it.
message.
But I thought it was a great episode. Let me tell you, I fell asleep and I regret it. I woke up 3:00 in the morning to watch that episode.
We were up texting.
It was good. It was really good.
One last thing, the whole thing about being the hand of God, and it just made me think about my government and how like.
But
know,
then
'cause
Barack
of
was
course-
on Ellen that day talking about like none of that interesting stuff goes on here. I was like, you're right.
Bruh, you have to say that. There's something.
Yeah.
But what I would love to see in the next season is for us to get back to the OPA, because I really, even though the cases were predictable, I really do miss that aspect of the show.
And the dichotomy of OPA versus the White House, so like, you saw kind of both sides.
Every season is always OPA versus the White House. I'm tired of seeing that.
But the only way Fitz and Olivia work is if they're on.
They don't work because he's married.
Well, that too, but like, I mean, I'm talking high stakes.
I want Olivia to do bad by herself.
Yeah, she don't need Jake.
She needs to do bad by
She
herself.
honestly don't need Fitz, but I still ship it because because they're too darn cute together. But
They are.
Since the start of the after the hiatus, I haven't been really on my ellipse field like I used to be because
It's because she's
pregnant.
It's weird.
Because the way he holds her now is different.
The way she holds herself is different.
Yeah,
I
she's
feel
so
like she's
pregnant. I
always-
just can't do it. I'm so not into
But
it.
Karen's game has been up, like
Her face.
She's been doing different things with her
Yes,
face.
the fact that I noticed that she makes different facial expressions.
I just will never forget that 311. I'm sorry, we're going on and on about this, but
I know.
in 311, where he was like, "I cannot win this without you," and she looked aside, she said,
Okay.
"Yes, but she did.
I got you. She got him.
I got something for you."
That was she's
And we didn't even know where they stood, and then
Right, and she went ahead and handled it. And what she said, "Okay, you want me to be here with you? I'm gonna go date Jake. There it is. You better be glad.
Yeah, it is.
You better go to the grocery store and get you some Ziploc."
What does that have to do with Ziploc for? I don't even
glad.
What's the Ziploc for?
So we just finished talking about Scandal and about the ugly cry that it ended with in the last 3 minutes that had everybody from Amber Riley to Ellen DeGeneres crying boohoo tears while watching. So we got to talking in our group text about movies that made us cry when we watched them. So we are going to share some of those with you now. And you can share down in the comments the movies that may have made you cry. And Yasmin, you want to start with movies that made you cry?
Yes, I love to. I'll try to do this without crying. It takes a lot to make me cry, by the way. I'm not really an emotional. I mean, I'm an emotional person. I channel it other places, not through tears. But I cried when I saw Fruitvale Station after the main character, spoiler alert, got shot. And then it was black and it was quiet and it was a lot. I cried during Our Song. Oh my gosh. Our Song made me cry so much. Like seriously, let me tell you. I know. Let me tell you. When I tell you I cried, it got to the point where I had to turn it off. I downloaded the soundtrack, the song from Our Song, and I just listened to it and I just cried my little heart out. I was just like, really? It was movies that are set in New York in the 90s or like early 2000s really make me emotional because I remember being brought up and taken up out of that, and I just know where my life would have been if I would have stayed in it. So that's why it's just hard to watch, because I know a lot of my New York friends, they ended up like a lot of the characters in the movie. So that's why it's just hard for me to watch. You know, it's just, I just am so grateful and thankful that
that's really good.
I got snatched up out of it.
That's good.
And those are the only 2 movies.
Selena, like, what movies made you cry?
I'm gonna start with the funniest one because you guys, I cried during Monsters Incorporated. Seriously.
Incorporated.
I don't understand. Like, it was just the part when Boo was like by the door and she was looking so sad and depressed, and she's like, Kitty.
Boo made me cry.
Yes, at the end, Kitty, and I was just like, oh. She was opening her closet door to see if he was still there, and I was like, oh my god.
Oh, yes. Oh, and you know what's so cute about that? Boo was a real toddler.
Yes, she
and the way that they got her voice was they just let her run around the studio and kind of just had to chase after her to get sounds and phrases and stuff. It's like, Boo.
Did they?
But yeah, I learned that on Tumblr. I learned everything on Tumblr.
Yeah, me too.
So, but they just kind of chased the little girl around and kind of recorded her how they could, because she was a real little baby.
That's nice.
Selena.
Yeah. Oh,
No matter what, I could be watching. It could be on TV on HBO right now, and I would cry because it's always the part when she found out that her manager or whoever betrayed her, and she just shot her.
Yeah.
Like I was just like,
That movie was so sad.
Really, I probably watched that movie for the first time 5 years ago. Like I
J-Lo?
was in high school. Yeah, J-Lo can
She
act.
was amazing in that.
J-Lo can act.
I wouldn't go that far to say she can act.
What? I love J-Lo.
Yeah.
I love her acting better than her singing quite as much.
Yeah. Enough and Monster-in-Law.
Yeah, those are
really
good
good.
movies.
Yes, oh, I love Enough.
I love me some J-Lo, girl. She's from the Bronx.
J-Lo can,
Yeah.
Listen, Beyonce may be able to sing and dance at the same time, but J-Lo can act.
Yeah, she can act. I really think she can act.
I think J-Lo, I thought J-Lo fell off a little bit. Like, she stopped doing everything.
What about
See,
the
there's a
wedding
difference
planner?
between falling off and having so much
Exactly.
money you don't need to do all that.
Yeah, but I really wanted her to go far and stuff. You still use your talents if you
But
have
she's
them.
always gonna be remembered for Selena. Like,
Exactly.
Selena. She did everything.
She ain't get no Oscar, nothing. She still got to do something to get some Oscars and stuff. She got to get a Grammy or
I think she
something.
has a great career.
I think and she's not like Gabrielle Union where she's just like sorry. But
We went there.
I'm sorry, but you know Gabrielle
If
Union
you're
has
new
one
to
kind of
this
acting.
show, listen, if you're new to this show, this is a shade-filled fun fest.
But we love everyone.
We love
Gabby.
it. We love our colored people, and we want them all to prosper. And Gabrielle Union comes under fire because we want the best for her, and that's all it is
But
on the show.
Gabrielle Union is a one-dimensional actor. J-Lo, think about her in Enough, and think about her in Angel Eyes. Think about her in Breakup. She had
Made in
different-
Manhattan.
She had different characteristics, and she brought different lives to those characters.
Okay,
Not
I
like
take it
Gabrielle
back.
Union.
I take it back. She's a good actress. I just wish she would have continued acting then.
You know,
Yeah.
when you're in it, you got to do the music thing, make your friends happy. Because
What music thing? Name a J-Lo album after On the Six.
I was about to say on the set.
My love don't
Album.
cost us. Oh no,
That's
I think it's
Christina Milian. Who's singing that?
Yes, that is.
My love don't cost a thing.
No, it was. She acted in that movie, boo.
That's who sang the song.
No, J-Lo sang that song.
Really? She
Yeah.
sang My Love Don't Cost a
I
Thing?
thought so. Thank
Well,
you.
Oh, you right.
I'm waiting for tonight.
When you will be here in my arms, waiting for tonight. Take me higher. All right, Candace, your movies that made you cry.
So the 2 movies that I recall making me cry, most recently was 12 Years a Slave. I went to see it twice, and both times I saw it, I cried a total of 5 times within the 2 times I see it, if that makes any sense. And then, for obvious reasons, and I think that Steve McQueen depicted it in such a realistic way that I felt it. Like, there's not many other movies that... Oh, I know the other movie that I cried in. The Passion of the Christ.
Oh my
Yes, I did
God.
cry. No, I don't think I cried.
I was watching that movie completely as an adult. I can't do it.
It's gruesome. And I still can't. makes me feel things
Oh my God.
that
I
I'm
felt
not.
things, but I don't think I cried.
It scares me because the Satan character was just.
I don't even remember the movie that clearly.
And Mel Gibson really went there with his depiction. So okay, that's the second one, and then the third one was The Color Purple. Way back in the day, it was my favorite movie. I used to rush home on Sundays after church to go see it, and it's one of the reasons, like Lupita, that I want to be an actor.
That's so nice.
Yes, those are my movies that I can recall.
Okay, that leaves me. I will just put it out there. I am a bag of water. I have cried in so many movies. I don't hold back. I'm like, listen, whatever. We're in a dark theater, or I could be at home watching it. But one of my favorite movies as a child was The Lion King, and I can still cry in that to this day. Kerry Washington's performance in Ray made me cry. There's a scene that I always tell you about that makes me cry at towards the end, when she finds out about Regina King's baby. And, well, she tells Ray that she knows, and she tells him that, you know, if he doesn't stop doing drugs, they're going to take his music away from him. But the way she phrases it, it makes me cry. You have to watch Ray. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Don't do this to me right now. It is completely fine.
I'm sorry.
So, that's inspiration as an actor. And also, what other movie? So I've cried during The Constant Gardener, which Lupita Nyong'o assistant produced or directed on. Not assistant director, but she was she was on set of The Constant Gardener. It was a small indie film that I really loved, that I saw in like a sociology, government, politics, sociology class in college. And what are some other movies that I've cried in that some people might not cry in?
Mulan, I'm sorry. That's one of mine.
Mulan, a cartoon movie, I mean, I love a lot of different films, a lot of different types of films, but I definitely remember crying in Ray. 12 Years a Slave. I didn't cry. I was just so tense and breathless. I was brought to tears, but I remember mostly being impacted when I was just so tense that it wasn't tears, it was my body was physically reacting to what I was witnessing. And it was like I was so tight, and Candace was crying, and my friend who was also in the theater was crying, and I wasn't crying, but I could not move. I was paralyzed with emotion, literally. And I just remember like having to take 5 minutes after the scene with Chiwetel hanging and him pushing in the dirt, and just breathe, let go, relax my shoulders, relax my hands, take deeper breath. It was not
You have to remind yourself to breathe.
Yeah.
Yes.
That scene was the hardest for me to watch. The rest of the movie, of all the slave movies I've seen, that one didn't
That
really...
was the worst thing. And then he didn't pan away.
Wait,
what you just said?
Of all the slave movies I saw, that wasn't the one that moved me the most.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was a great storytelling film. I don't think it was... It just didn't touch me the way... To
avoid shade, we are going to move on to a new installation that we have, letters from us. We all keep diaries of some sort. I think most women and girls do. So to be generous with ourselves and to open up different topics and to garner a response from you all, we're going to share some of our journal entries, one per episode. So this episode, Candace is going to share with us an entry from her journal.
All right. August 26, 2012. You may cry a little. Allow yourself that temper tantrum. But remember, God is working everything out for your good. You can't see it or feel it, but I promise you it's happening. Smiley face.
Welcome back. We are winding down. We finished our other segments and some of our pop culture with Scandal, and it is now time for our Head King lead. We'll start down on that end with Candace. Who is your Head King lead for the week?
Ooh. Okay, my head king lead is also gonna be sports related, so we get your little sports in. My team, UNC, we're in the NCAA tournament, and we made it to the round of 32. Thank you, Jesus. We beat Providence, and I'm so excited. They almost got us yesterday, but Marcus Page in particular, he came through. And so, shout out to you, boo. Light bright, number 5. Thank you for leading our team to victory. Also, James Michael McAdoo, you tall, light-skinned at 5. So, hey. So, yeah, shout out to them. I can't wait for the game tomorrow. I just have a good feeling about this team that they doubted us. And we've overcome a lot of adversity, and I really admire that. And it makes me really proud to be a Tar Heel right now. So, yeah.
It's amazing how much you know about sports. I have no idea what you do.
I don't even know, girl. I'm sitting here like,
when she claps, I'm a clap. I have no idea what's happening.
Somebody out there got know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Girls love sports too.
Yeah. Go ahead. My head king lead is Rick Warren. I've been fasting for 40 days for Lent, and his book, The Purpose-Driven Life, is a 40-day book, and every day, I highlighted the entire book. It's yellow. It's amazing. It's so good. And I skip ahead. You're not supposed to, but I did because it's so good.
My head king lead is Damie. Because she's my spirit animal and she understands me.
Who's Damie for the people out there who don't know?
Oh, when I first joined Tumblr, she was one of the first people who talked to me, and we formed a relationship from since then. So, shout out to you, Damie. You're my head king lead, and I hope you succeed in your endeavors.
Hey, Damie.
My head king lead this week goes to the Tom Totteroff Studio Conservatory, because come September I will be part of it, and it's been such a it's been such a positive force and a great learning experience for me to be in that studio since I've been in it since last September, and I had a really great experience recently in my acting class, and it's always been a wonderful community, and it was a reminder of that, and I'm happy to become a part of that. So I give them my head king lead. So head, heart, and hips for anybody from the conservatory or from the Tom Totteroff Monday Night Studio, or anyone who's ever practiced with Tom Totteroff, or anyone that cares about anything. This is to you. Head, heart, and hips. And next, on a less positive and grateful note, we're going to do our hit list.
Yes.
Should we go in reverse order, or should we go out from the middle?
No, I'm going to start first.
Okay.
Because it's a bit heavy on my heart. Okay. Do that. Okay, from the last video that we made.
We didn't talk about Kim and Kanye, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. The last video that we made, Candace and I went home, right? It was a lot of confusion because the C trains weren't running. So we had to take the C train, or was it the A train? We had to take the A train, which was filthy, by the way. I need the MTA to get it together. I don't pay $2.50 one way for a dirty train.
I was with y'all.
Yeah, you were with us. And remember I didn't sit down?
Yeah.
No, I could not sit down. It was that filthy. And so we had to take the L train. We left Yasmin, and Candace and I went back uptown. And
just give our whole
yeah, I'm sorry. But we were on the L train, and we were at First Avenue or something, 2nd Avenue, something. By 3rd Avenue, child, let me tell you what happened. This man had got on this train, right? And this train was empty. It was pretty empty. It was a good amount of people on the train, but you could have found a seat where you could sit by yourself. Candace and I probably had a little space between us. I don't know if he thought maybe that was a clear path for him to sit down, but he decided he was going to sit between Candace and I, and I'm telling you, we were this much apart. And he almost sat on us. No, child, let me tell you, I'm not aggressive. I'm very quiet and meek and whatever, and I had to look back at him sir, are you okay? And then I realized he was drunk. I didn't know that, but maybe Candace knew. And Candace was laughing. But I was dead serious. I was ready to cut him. Sorry, get started. But I was ready to cut somebody. I was like, ew, first of all, he's drunk. He don't know where he been on the streets. And he almost sat on me. Like, as soon as I got home, I took a shower immediately. I bathe when I get home usually. But I just made sure I scrubbed extra hard. And he's on my hit list for the week. Sorry.
Oh, on my hit list this week, Anna Wintour, because the fact that, this is a quote from Yasmin, that Kerry Washington did everything last year except cure cancer, and she hasn't gotten a Vogue cover. Not to mention, you did say that. And I could list you probably about 18 other people that could be on the cover of Vogue that are actually worthwhile.
Janet Jackson.
And not just to sell, girl.
Blue Ivy alone.
Say that. No, but seriously, Janet Jackson could be on the Vogue cover because musically it was Beyonce, then it was Rihanna, then it was Katy Perry, and now it's Kanye West. Like, just if they do it with anybody, just put someone fun, I guess.
They could put Mika Brzezinski from Morning Joe on there. And I would be satisfied.
Kanye is not happy. Like, you see all his pictures with Kim, he don't smile or nothing.
I don't know. I don't know his life, but that's fine. But don't bring what you need to be happy into magazines that I clearly do not subscribe to because of obvious reasons. Look at the color of my skin and look at the color of the skin of most people who are on the cover of Vogue. So we're not going to get into that. Everyone can see that from a mile away. My thing is this. Anna Wintour was the same person that was allegedly keeping Kim Kardashian from buying into the Met Gala. And tickets actually went up this year. They're like $25,000 tickets to the Met Gala. And that's a donation. It's a gala. So you can't even, she's telling her, no, you can't donate. But then she wants to put her on, like, we wouldn't take, we wouldn't
want your porn star money.
We don't want your donation.
No. So this is rumored, and I didn't do the research on it. I read briefly about it on some probably irreputable site. So just the fact that she's on the cover, and I would not limit her accolades and be as ignorant to say the only thing she's done is the porn tape, because that's not true. I've actually never seen her sex video, and I've seen everything else that she's done, and I still don't think
everything else that she's done.
What the show?
Yeah.
The stuff in her line. Nothing important. Nothing that would give her merit for a Vogue cover. And Anya Wintour, I guess, released a statement saying that Kanye didn't beg her to do it, but whatever. All but. So I just want to give her that. I don't want to take up all the hit list time. All right, Candace, your hit list.
Okay, so on my hit list, I'm talking out both sides of my mouth like Sophia's family says on AfterBuzz TV. They know how I am, but I'm just going to tell y'all why I think this person should be on my hit list. And it's Jake from Scandal. Because, one, I thought he was weak the whole time.
You were accurate.
No, I'm talking about both sides. That he's weak.
That he's weak.
Yeah, I thought he's weak. I like what the writers did with him, with his character. And I get the explanation behind it. Okay, you don't know? Okay, so when Olivia came into his office and was like, who did this? And she was like, who do you think? And then he was
who
like,
do you think? That's you.
And he was like, because I had nightmares. They put me in a hole and put me out and made me do the X, Y, and Z. So instead of torturing other people, I'd rather have the blood on my hands.
Yeah, that was
myself.
nicely said.
Yeah, I get that. I understand that. Still, like, he sat there. I don't know how to scare.
Girl, mention Olivia. Wait, can I give you a reason?
Good to give you a reason right now.
Go ahead.
I want to give y'all this, and this is partially to the Scandal writers because they write to the caliber of the actor. And this is shade, no shade to you, Scott Foley. Why would you write for Jeff? They wrote things for Cyrus because of Jeff Perry's caliber of acting. They wrote him that monologue and all this deep stuff that would have been great if someone else who had said it.
Yeah,
but to put him side by side with actors like Tony Goldwyn, Kerry Washington, Jeff Perry, and Joseph Morton, who have the voice work and have the skill set and obviously have the body of work and
the
have
body.
have that caliber of work to carry the material. He could not carry that material, so they should have given it to him.
That's true.
It was weak. It came out really weak.
However, even though I can't stand him, and
There's no however.
no, I'm saying, let me finish.
Okay.
Even
Go with this.
even though I can't stand him and I don't like him, I think he's weak. I do like what the writers are doing with Jake, because at first he was bland. He's not intimidating, but I like what the writers. All I'm saying is I like what the writers are doing. Like I'm not interested because he needs to die.
But you
Okay, we'll just do that.
No,
We'll just cut off there. He needs to die.
He needs to die.
All right, Yasmin.
My hit list goes out to people who subtweet on Twitter. No shade. I know that sounds harsh, but I just feel like,
I love it.
as a person, as an adult person, if you feel like you can't say it directly to the person, then you just shouldn't say it.
Okay, so that was our hit list. Now, another segment that we are introducing is our question of the week. Every week, Kalima will give us a question that is...
Everybody, whatever.
Oh, well, we will all contribute. There will be a question every
I thought
week.
it was just your thing. I
Me
really like it being yours.
too. Because she's always closing on a positive note and whatever. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give the question.
So that's things we work out off camera.
Yeah.
But Kalima's going to give us a question that's rapid fire, and we all have to answer very quickly.
What?
And
We've never heard the question, by the way.
we've never heard the question. It's our first time answering it. We have to answer it, and we've all agreed to answer it in our own fashion. So, Kalima, what is the question of the week?
Okay, I'm not gonna give the question. I gotta give the body. So I was roaming on. This was like weeks, months ago. I was roaming.
I'm gonna say no right now. What?
I was roaming on Beyonce's profile, and she posted a video of this little girl that I used to watch on YouTube. Her and her friends, they used to dance and stuff like that. And she clearly was mixed, and I just wanted to see like who was, like, if her mom was black or her dad was black. You know, turned out her father was black, and I was trying to go through, look through her profile to find a picture of her mom. And I found one. It was her mom. She's white, and they were kissing on the lips, right?
Oh.
Yes. So my question is,
That was a lot to get there.
yeah, did you used to kiss your parents on the lips, and how do you feel about it now?
Candace?
No.
Yasmin?
My dad, yes. My mom, no.
Yes.
No. And how do I feel about it now? I would kiss my child, but not on the mouth after a certain age. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that. Because
I agree with that,
stopped, even my mom said, I'm not an affectionate person, honestly. Exes, whatever. I'm just not affectionate. I'm not affectionate. I'm not good with emotions. But my mom said she used to have to fight me for kisses because I used to be like, no, don't do it. But after a certain age, like maybe when I was like 6 or something, that's when we stopped kissing. Like she was like, give me a little, not like tongue kiss. I mean like pet kiss. Like
I would hope
have a good day.
I would hope
Love
not.
you, mommy. Mwah, and that's it. But after a certain age, I feel like you should maybe stop it. I don't know.
I already kissed my goddaughter on the cheek only.
There's some people now, even their grown age, they kiss their parents. on the
Yes,
lips
they
still.
do.
No.
I asked my family this question because it came up, and I
Yeah.
was like, ew, okay, stop. And then my grandmother was like, yeah, I kissed them on the lips. I was like, do it. And they did it. I was like, no, undo it.
I don't really have a problem with it if you're
Oh my
my
God.
age, but like I
They're
feel like,
grown. It was my mother and my grandmother just the other day.
Like, I think if you're not being weird about it, if you're like, this is my daughter, I can kiss my daughter on the lips, like whatever. But
If you're like, come here, daughter.
and look deep into each other's eyes,
you
and
know
then
what?
slowly
I'm lying.
kiss.
I think me and my grandma. I think I kissed my grandma on the lips because she initiated. Because I don't do that. I don't like. I'm like grandma.
My grandma had a boyfriend. No.
You ever do the accidental where you're going for the kisses and they turn?
No,
and
Listen, my hugs and kisses are so awkward. Like when people do that fake side kiss and I just have to make the noise where you're like, I'm like, this is so stupid. Why are you even doing this?
Even hugs like that. I need my body to touch another body for a hug to be a
Like
hug.
when people are like when they can just don't.
I can't put my groin all in.
I'm not saying thrust me. I'm just saying hug me.
I had a friend who would not hug because she was like, I don't like breast to breast action. It's just
I
not
didn't
gonna
like
work.
hugs. I didn't like hugs before because it was always so petty. It was always just like, you know.
Oh no,
if you're gonna hug me, hug me.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't kiss me though.
I don't ever recall kissing my mom or my dad on the lips. Maybe my mom, but like once. It probably has happened, but I don't remember. And for my kids, probably like only the age of 3, when they're like, Cookie, give mommy a kiss. Once, and that's it, like never again. Definitely not while they're a child, because I don't want their germs. I don't want to give them my germs. Like an infant, newborn, no. And then not like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I feel like if there's ever a proper time frame to do it, it's like within the age of 2 and 3.
Really?
And that's it.
Even then,
How would you feel if you saw somebody, a mom and a child kissing, like a 10-year-old kiss their mom on the lips? Or
I mean, it don't make me feel that.
like not that kind of
Like if it's a pet, okay, that don't make me feel no kind of way. I just can't do that.
yeah, it's not for me.
Wow, I grew up, I can't believe this. This is new to me, because I really grew up with, like, kissing my grandmother, my grandfather. We used to, like, on the lip, great-grandmother, my sister. We always used to do, like, little
Me and my mom rub noses. That was me and my mom.
I can't get that close to nobody's face.
She comes in and she's
There
like,
was
let's
just a
rub
time I
noses.
was completely grossed out with my sister, and like she would try to kiss me, and I would just like push her away. And now I'm like, I want more affection from my family now, and we're not gonna kiss on the lips.
I kiss my grandmother on her forehead. I would kiss my grandfather on his forehead.
Everywhere but your mouth.
Yeah, I don't do that now.
Yeah.
But when you're young, I feel like when you're a kid, it's natural.
Yeah, when I was a kid, my dad used to kiss me on the lips all the time, and it got
I mean, after a certain age,
After a certain age, it's like
your father.
All right, Mr. Bedward, we're done with it. Okay.
So there's that.
Yeah. So tell us what you think in the comment box.
Yeah.
Tell us if you like to kiss your mother.
Yeah, if you
Or your
adored, or if you have
father.
any problems with it, just let us know.
Yeah.
Next up is our last thing. Yasmin is going to leave us on a positive note. Thanks for sticking out with us.
Of course. Thanks, for watching this. I'm going to end with a positive note. Like I told you guys in my Head King read, I've been reading The Purpose Driven Life. And this quote really sat with me, so that I had to share it with you all. And it is, people fail to realize that all achievements are eventually surpassed. Records are broken, reputations fade, and tributes are forgotten. Given enough time, all trophies will be trashed by someone else.
That was positive.
It's positive.
I understand. I'm just kidding.
That was really deep. You got to think about it.
Let me tell you why it's positive, because people try to stay number one all the time, and you try to stay on top. There's more backstory. I don't know if we have time to read it, but it says in college, James Dobson's goal was to become the school's tennis champion. He felt proud when his trophy was placed in the school's trophy cabinet. Years later, someone mailed him that trophy. They found it in the trash can when the school was remodeled. So he worked so hard for that one trophy, and the trophy ends up in the trash can. That doesn't mean to say that to stop working because your work is going to be in the trash sometimes. It just means to say you don't have to focus on being number one. You don't have to focus on material achievements, because in the end, what matters is
how you feel about your achievement.
not even how you feel, how someone bigger than you feels about your life. It's really not about you or what anyone else is thinking. No matter how many awards and accolades you get, it's not about you. It's about what your creator thinks of your life. And you should be aiming to make whoever made you proud.
Bye, girl.
Peace. Bye. Come back. Come back.
Girl, come back.
Bye, Nessa. Bye, Nessa.
Stay fresh.
Nessa.
Oh, my aspiration in life would be to be happy.